All right, well, welcome to the final of our 3 videos on creating PowerPoints. Now, in this video, we're going to take your PowerPoint, which was a rock star PowerPoint, it was now all-star. Now we're really going to jazz it up and make it a superstar PowerPoint presentation. Again, for the purposes of this demonstration and this video, I've created a very short PowerPoint. Your PowerPoints will be longer than this. It'll have more features, but this is just to illustrate what you can do in PowerPoint to really make your presentation stand out and grab people's attention. Just to review some of the topics we've discussed, again, formatting is so key. Light text on dark backgrounds, or text outlined with light colors on dark backgrounds, or dark colors on light backgrounds, very key. Remember bulleted lists, or some type of listing phrases, short phrases, list of facts. Do not put paragraphs unless you're quoting somebody or unless there's a specific reason why you are. Again, if you remember, we went in here and we checked out all of these. We put this PowerPoint together, and you can go down and you can preview it to see what it's going to look like. We click that, make our transitions go, and then we're going to go ahead and add some animations in, and then we're going to work this last slide. We're actually going to work on today. All right. So one of the first things we want to talk about is how to put videos in a PowerPoint. Now, there are a few things that you can do in order to do this. So the first thing, I'm going to go to my slide, and I actually have some titles here I'm going to add in. And you can see that the first title I'm going to add in is Why STEM is Awesome. I want to make this a little bigger so it stands out and people can see it. And for my subheading here, I'm just going to write, check out this video. All right. Go ahead and make that stand out. All right. Videos are really great to add in. They can really enhance your presentation. They add a different dimension to it. So I'm going to go ahead and up here on the Insert tab, there's Insert Video under the Insert Media. Remember last time we inserted audio, but now to really jazz it up and make it a superstar PowerPoint, we're going to insert video, not audio. You can always insert audio, but for this one, we are going to insert video as well. To do this, I'm going to click on the video button, and I'll have 3 choices come up. The first one is to insert a video from a file. And when you do this, it's going to ask you what videos from your computer do you want to insert. Now, it comes up with a couple of videos that I created for PowerPoint. But if I take my arrow and go by this menu, you can see there's a bunch of different movie files. So these are just movies you've created that you inserted or saved onto your computer and that you want to put in your PowerPoint. So you can always do that. The second thing you can do is do a video from a website. And we're going to show you how to do that. It is embedding videos from the internet. And finally, you can do a clip art video, which is going to be select a video that's pre-stored in the clip art section, and you can search for these and you can just add them in, kind of like clip art sound. But to go back up here, video from a website, in order to do this, I'm going to go on here to YouTube, and what I am going to do is I found Mr. Crone's Captain Vegetable YouTube video for 11-11-11, the Great STEM Challenge. And I am going to just put my arrow over it and right click. And there's going to be an option that says Copy Embed HTML. This is just really fancy computer language. And what this essentially means is that you are going to copy this code that's going to let you embed or link this YouTube file into your PowerPoint. So as soon as I select this, I'm going to go back. And I'm going to go up here and select video and video from website. Now I'll get this menu. I'll get this window. I'm going to go and paste in this code. Now you can see the code is very long. Again, it's very complicated computer code. But as soon as I press insert, it's going to insert this in. Now I actually went ahead and did this beforehand because this can take a while for PowerPoint to upload this. So I did this beforehand, and you're going to get a black movie box like this, and when I preview, it may take a couple minutes, but you can see the YouTube clip will appear. You can press play, and it will go. You can always, as well, resize it if you want. You can go up here to Video Tools and format it. Remember, you can change the shape of it. You can tilt it, just like you can with pictures as well. So I actually like this tilt. So I'm going to go ahead and put this tilt in. You can change the video shape, the video effects as well. So that's how you would insert a YouTube into there. And again, remember, we can always go back up and insert sound and music. That is always an option under the Insert Audio tab, too. Other things I want to quickly show you how to insert in. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about these today, but one thing that you can do is you can insert charts into your PowerPoint. So I'm just going to go ahead, right-click, and put in a new slide. And let's say you want to show us some graphs about how many students there are going to STEM. I'm going to go up here and insert a chart. And, oh, let's say I would just want to insert, let me see here, a very simple bar graph or column graph. I'm going to go ahead and press OK. Now, a couple things are going to happen. First of all, your graph is going to be inserted, but then an Excel spreadsheet will open up. Now, we haven't talked about this in depth yet, but with Excel, it allows you to actually go ahead and create a chart. So you can see that my bars are labeled here, so I can just go ahead and say, maybe I want this to say 6th grade, and you can see that 6th grade is now going to be the blue color. And then I can go ahead and click 7th grade and 8th grade. And my chart now has labels. Then I can go down, and maybe I want this to say, oh, I don't know. Let's just go ahead and say core 1, core 2, core 3, and core 4. So what's happening is this spreadsheet is linked to my PowerPoint, and as I am changing things, I'm also changing things in the spreadsheet. It's also changing it in the PowerPoint. So I can even go on here, I can delete rows and columns, I can change this data, and my graph will adjust. So this is a great way to visually represent information on your PowerPoint. Something else you can do, which really adds a pop to your PowerPoint, is you can go in, and I'm actually going to go ahead and I am going to delete this slide, and I'm going to insert a new slide. But you can actually go in and create something called Smart Art. Now I have this window here, and I'm just going to go ahead and click on this Smart Art button. Again, you can also go up to Insert and select Smart Art here. But with Smart Art, it gives you more graphics and a visual way to represent information. So let's say I wanted to create another list about why I really like STEM. Well, if it's a list, I'm going to select list. Now, maybe you're trying to illustrate a cycle, like if you were going to do something with photosynthesis, for instance, or the design process, how to design something for class, you would select cycle and you would insert one of these cycles. And so for this one, I just want to create a simple list, and I'm going to select this tab list here, and we're going to select OK. Now, you can see immediately a new visual graphic appears. I have a new menu up here, which allows me to switch the style of the Smart Art and do a bunch of really fun things and really neat things like that. What I'm going to do is with this selected, you can see I have some arrows here. This is actually my window. This is kind of my workspace. And so what I'm going to do is, again, we're just going to do a list of reasons I like STEM. So I'm going to say collaboration with an exclamation mark. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to add in projects. And now you can see that as I am changing this information, it is changing on my screen. I can also say hands-on, and I can write in here science labs. And then if I click off, you can see I'm going to have to tweak this a little bit, but it'll create a list. And this is really cool when you go up. When you go up to inserting Smart Art, if you go in and you start inserting cycles and processes, this really gives a really good visual interpretation of things that you can do in PowerPoint. All right. Finally, PowerPoint has some really great features that allow you to record. And I'm just going to go in here and delete this slide, to record and automatically time your PowerPoint. Again, when you go up to transitions, over here in the timing area, it's going to ask you how long do you want your slide to go, or after what point do you want your slide to advance. Well, you could come up here and say you want every slide to advance after 5 seconds, and you could just get the PowerPoint started, and it's going to continue, and it's going to just go for 5 seconds at a time. That's how you would automatically do it. Another thing that's really neat, though, is you can set up where you are actually creating a recording for your PowerPoint. So if I click on Record Slideshow, and I say Start Recording from the beginning, It's going to come up and say, select what I want to do before I begin recording. And if I hit start recording, a menu will come up and it will actually start to automatically record my voice. And so I can narrate this PowerPoint as it's going through. And so I could say, here's why I think STEM is awesome. And then it will continue to go. If I go ahead and set my transitions to about every 5 seconds automatically, I could time my voice to go ahead and do that. And so it's really neat because what you can do is create a PowerPoint that can just run automatically, and you'll never have to be there except to open it up and to get it started. You can also do something called rehearse timings. When you select rehearse timings, you're actually going to go through and it'll give you a practice screen where it's going to time you to see how long it's going to take you to speak about one slide before you actually record it and record your voice and record all of the things that you're going to do. So again, recording tools and automatic timings are very useful to really jazz up your PowerPoint and to create a PowerPoint that will run when you aren't there. So this is now a superstar PowerPoint. Thank you for listening to these videos. If you have any questions, please see your instructors throughout the day today, throughout STEAM. And these videos are always available to you. And we hope that you take advantage of them to create some awesome PowerPoints.